Good morning, CPR first responder team. As promised, I'm going to do a quick video to let you know where our school's AED and EpiPens and Narcan is located so that you can find that fast. Right now we've moved our main AED, let me flip this around, to right beside where the visitor bathrooms are. You're going to find everything that you need here. This is our EpiPen box. Inside this box, you're going to find your EpiPens and your Narcan. I've labeled the EpiPen Juniors for our kindergarten through second grade students, so that'll help to remind you that these are for the smaller folks. And then these are regular EpiPens, and I labeled them 3-5. Grades 3 through 5 and adults. So this is what you would use if you needed to use an EpiPen on a larger student or an adult, okay? Up here is the nasal Narcan that was discussed in the class that we use for those that have overdosed or you suspect an overdose on a visitor or a student. I wanted to open up these EpiPens just so you see how they come. Both boxes are going to look like this. Don't pay attention to the numbers. That's just for me when I do my audits. But they're going to come in a twin pack just like this. These are not trainers. These are the real things. So if you have to use them, you're going to pop the case. And I'm doing this one-handed, so I apologize. Pop the case. This is the actual pen. This is the lid that you're gonna take off, and then this is the end down here that you're gonna jab into the student's leg and hold for a good 3 seconds, okay? So that I wanted to make sure that I showed you that and what that looked like, because that is just a tad bit different than our trainers, but the concept is the same, okay? So there's that. So it's in that yellow box if you need the EpiPen. Okay, inside this box is our AED, okay? Now, if you need it, you're just gonna pull it out just like this. It comes packaged. You have these little snaps to hold the unit within place. And these zippers are on the side for you to get the unit out quickly. Alright, so you have the unit out. It shows you just to lift the lid here to open it. It's very easy to do. Inside, I already have attached the adult CPR pads. Everything's there and ready to go in this packet. This little side packet is scissors, razor, alcohol wipe, and a drape. And remember, through your class, that's all things that you're going to use if you have to utilize this machine. This is your on-off button, and when you turn the unit on, which I'll do, it's going to prompt you on what to do and each step to take.
Okay, adult pads.
It is loud, but that is okay.
Check responsiveness. Call for help.
You can see how it's prompting you
Check
through the
responsiveness.
next
Call
steps.
for help. Open airway. Check breathing. Give 2 breaths. Attach defib pads to patient's bare chest.
Okay, and then that's when you would do this step. Now, if you were to utilize or need this unit for our pediatric, our students, inside this bag is an extra set of pads. These are the pediatric pads. You just rip that box open, take the pads out, unplug this one, and plug in the pediatric pads, okay? Also inside our box, I've made a list of our first responder team, and inside this red folder, it just has instructions on what to do for each situation. Documentation that we may need to send with EMS. For the Narcan, this is for the defibrillator. And then on through here, it's our orders and our policies and procedures. If you feel like you need to just look through that, feel free. There's not an alarm on this. It was set up to have an alarm just so we know that it's open, but that's been disconnected. We did not go over this in our class. These are really actually very new. We got a grant through Mission, I believe it is, to have tourniquets. We only have one of these per school, but these are to use in like a school shooting situation where we would have a lot of bleeding going on, but it's just a tourniquet kit and how to apply a tourniquet. Do not worry about that. Like I said, you weren't trained in your class to go over that. These are here for those of us that's been trained, but that's what was inside that box. I just wanted you to know. Okay, here is this red bag. Inside this red bag is all the things that you're gonna need for the AED and for your EpiPen. So anytime that you have to get one of these items, bring this red bag with you, okay? Inside this red bag, why it's important is it's got materials in it that we may need to help us in a situation. So we have a rescuer mask, and I'll open that up in a minute. We have gloves, alcohol, scissors, a drape, and a disposable razor, and some scissors. This is if you have to cut the patient's clothing off of them, and a razor if you have to shave a man's chest to place the AED pads. Now inside here, these are some ambu bags. In here, this is to help with resuscitation. You won't be required to do anything with that. That's really in here for myself and EMS and somebody that's trained a little bit further. But down in the bottom of that is a towel. You may need that if the area is wet or whatever reason. There may be a lot of blood or whatever. That's in there for that use, okay? Let me see if I can pop this open right quick. I did. Okay, so right here is a rescue breathing mask. And this is what this looks like. It's also got a pair of gloves in there. And then it has this mask and an alcohol wipe. This is really hard to do one-handed, but this pops up like this. So it's gonna look like that. And you would put this over the patient's nose and mouth. And then you can breathe into this, or you can use one of those ambu bags to breathe into it, okay? The days of COVID, this is gonna be, breaths are gonna be different. So it's not gonna be something I think that you'll have to use. All right, so that's where all that stuff is located. I'm just wanted to go through that so you know what to bring. I think the most important thing is if you have to use any of these items, you're going to grab your red bag that's labeled first aid, and we're going to get 911. So if we have to use Narcan, if we have to use Epi, if we have to use the AED or a tourniquet, we want EMS on the way, okay? That's very important. So once you're getting all this stuff, yell out, scream out, whatever, call 911, okay? So we have this whole entire setup is also down next to the media center, right above the copiers. So everything that we went over here at the gym and the cafeteria is also at the copier, right above the copier at the media center. Same exact setup. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully we won't have to use any of this stuff, but I want you to be prepared in case you had to. Okay. Again, ask questions if you have them. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you.